Hi 7th graders, in this video I want to show you how to complete your Story Basics assignment 2.11 for English 7A. So the first step to completing this assignment is to ensure you have gone through 3 lessons in Unit 2. So I'm going to navigate to the content page to find Unit 2, and this Story Basics assignment begins in lesson 2.09. So in lesson 2.09, you are introduced to a model fictional narrative. Now this lesson is going to show you what is expected of you over the next 7 lessons. And by the 7th lesson, in lesson 2.16, you will have a final draft fictional narrative to submit. So you will go through this lesson about the model fictional narrative. You will be exposed to an example of what your fictional narrative should look like. You will also be introduced to the assignment directions and rubric for your 2.16 fictional narrative. But this video is about your 2.11 Story Basics assignment. So again, after you've gone through all of lesson 2.09, all of these pages, and you've also gone through 2.10, and you've gone through all of these pages, that go along with 2.10, you do need to understand conflict, characters, setting, and theme in order to complete your Story Basics assignment. So it's really important you've gone through 2.10 and then 2.11. Now, in 2.11, you do have some grammar lessons embedded throughout these writing lessons, but now you will be doing your Story Basics assignment, which is a graphic organizer, a pre-writing assignment that you will complete in order to give your teacher, Mrs. Alexander, an idea of what your story plan is, and also to help you get your ideas and thoughts on paper in an organized fashion to ensure that you are completing and have included all necessary components for your writing assignment fictional narrative. So after you've gone through this grammar lesson, which is very important, so please don't skip this adjective and adverb clauses grammar lesson, we will then be at a practice. And I'm showing you as we go through this lesson, after you go through the practice of your GUM stands for Grammar Usage Mechanics, you'll then be at the next learn. Okay, so you'll look at setting in this lesson. You'll talk more about setting as you've already been introduced to it before. Okay, and then after you go through this setting learn page and sensory details, which also needs to be included in your Story Basics assignment, you then will be at your story plan. So you have to plan before you write. So one way you can do this is by completing a graphic organizer. So this is an example of what your story plan should look like. Notice how Jeremy's story plan has details about the plot and notes about what's included in the plot. It has the conflict type, and notice this is what you need to identify as the conflict type. Don't just say what the conflict is, but you need to say whether it's a individual versus individual conflict, an individual versus society, so on and so forth. Then you will list your character names, and you need to give details about their age, appearance, behavior, traits, and attitude. Make sure that's included. You also will give details about the setting. Please be specific by using vivid words and sensory details. Don't just say that it's cold. Instead of saying it's cold, you could say the frosted mountains, the iced windows, the mounds of snow. Notice how this creates an image in your reader's mind. That's what vivid words and sensory details do. And that is how you will be graded on your 2.16 assignment. Okay, so here's your Story Basics assignment. It's under the Right Now section in 2.11. You are going to complete this by yourself. Remember the example of Jeremy's story plan. Doing this assignment will help make your fictional narrative writing that much easier. I first would suggest looking at the rubric for this assignment so you can download the rubric to see how it will be graded. So here I am, I'm opening up this rubric to see how it will be graded. All right, so Mrs. Alexander will grade it on plot. Did I clearly explain my plot? Did I clearly explain the conflict? Did I expertly provide character details? Did I expertly provide details regarding the setting? Did I follow grammar and mechanics rules? Okay, after I've looked at the rubric, I then can go and download the Story Basics assignment right here on the right-hand side. It's a Word document that will download onto your computer. When you open it up, You will probably need to click Enable Editing at the top if you have Microsoft Word downloaded onto your computer, and then you will complete this. So you could write your name at the top, and then you could complete this by saying what the main points of your plot are. You can explain your conflict type, so this is where you would type in your responses. Okay, so my conflict is going to be individual versus individual. Now notice it has a correct my spelling. So this is something that you'd want to make sure you check. That's how you'll be graded, and you'll complete this whole thing. If you only have 2 characters, that's okay. You can go ahead and delete the other boxes. If you have 3 or 4 characters, that's great. And if you want to add more, you can also add more. When you're done, you probably want to go to File, Save As, and save this onto your computer. I recommend saving it with your name. So English 7A Story Basics assignment, and then I would put Mrs. Alexander, and then I'd probably save it into my English folder onto my computer. If you don't have one, you could create one. That way it's easy to find. So then I have my English folder, I could save it there and save. Then when I'm ready, I'll go back to my lesson once more. Once I've completed that Story Basics assignment, if I go one more over, this is where I can upload my assignment. You could also find this by going to the Tools bar at the top of your home page, clicking on Assignments, and then clicking on 2.11. You'll now upload your Story Basics assignment here. So I have saved it here. It's ready. I can open it up and upload it. I can make any comments to the teacher that I'd like. I look forward to your feedback, so on and so forth, and then you can click Submit. Alright, I hope this video helped you learn how to complete your 2.11 Story Basics assignment. Please reach out to me if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. This is a 30-point assignment. Good luck!